It's a team effort here. Okay. Woo. I'm grateful for that. Okay. Now we're, yeah, so I mean, it would have gone out, but it wouldn't have been recorded. This is worth saving.
And we'll put it up on the 5D Village website.
Yes.
The YouTube channel.
So since we're just starting the recording, this event is called Quantum Healing in the Zero Point, and it's on September 9th, 2018. We're here in Sebastopol at the temple on Pleasant Hill. And what?
999.
Oh, 999. Okay. A very auspicious date. It's also Rosh Hashanah, which is the Jewish New Year, and I'm Jewish, so it's the Jewish New Year symbolizes in traditional Jewish culture the creation, the new creation of the new earth every year. So what a great time to be doing this. I don't know if my rabbi would approve, but I mean, I think otherwise it's very, very good. So just make your spine as straight as you can. Put the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth right behind your two front teeth. That's called the master hookup. Connects the major energy channel on the front and back of your body, the vertical channels, the conception vessel and the governing vessel. Okay, and then put your attention on the lower part of your chest. And just close your eyes and tune into that area. It's the center of the Merkaba, which is something we're going to talk about later, the light body. But for right now, just go to the lower part of your chest, like in the center of your body. And again, just think about, it's okay to use your mind, think about some of those issues you're thinking about earlier. I mean, maybe just like what are some of the polarities that we struggle with? Like, you know, maybe for mine it's been success or failure. People liking me, people don't liking me. Feeling like I'm having a good day or a bad day. Or I'm loving myself or I'm not loving myself. Or I have a strong ego, I don't have a... I mean, there's all these kind of polarities that we just, you know, that's the devil's bargain. Basically, it's that... the Adam and Eve's apple kind of thing, put us into this. So just think of a few of those things. Just think of any things that you have struggled about back and forth. She loves me not, you know, all those kind of things. Just think of a few of those things from your life. And just imagine that there is I'm going to draw it for you. Just imagine this is a human body. So this would be the heart chakra right about here, okay? And then a little bit below it, we're imagining that there is a lazy 8, figure 8. And I learned this technique from Meg Benedicte. I love it. I do it every day. And then the center of the head, there's another lazy 8, figure 8, infinity symbol. So what this represents is that these are the two polarities. All the polarized things, you know, the pairs of opposites. So we go back and forth, up and down. So there's one in the center of the head, there's another one here in the center of the Merkaba. And so put your attention on this one for right now. And just see that. It's like a flat, lazy 8 going just like this. And again, like, just think about some of the polarities on the two sides. And then have the intention, I am moving into the 0 point of my being. And just visualize that that lazy 8 is starting to shrink. It's getting smaller, like the width from left to right is getting smaller. It's getting smaller. It's moving more toward the center, until there's just a little bit on either side. That's like the subtle level of duality and polarity. And then just feel, poof, just pop into the middle, to the 0 point. Now let's put your attention in the center of your head. That's center of the head is a really powerful way to access the 0 point. So to know if you're in the center of your head, it's around where the pineal gland is if you imagine that, let's say there's like crawling snails or something. How many crawling snails would it take to go from the center of your head to the front of your head? There should be the same amount of crawling snails to go from the center of your head to the back of your head, or butterflies or ping pong balls or marbles or whatever you want to think of. So you just think of that, you'll know you're in the center of your head. And again, imagine that lazy 8 infinity symbol in the left and right brain, and the crossing point is in that center point where the pineal gland is, or the corpus callosum. And again, I can easily, if I want to, feel how much my mind has, can be in polarity and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's an old story. So what I'm doing is letting myself feel that a moment, and how much I don't really want to stay in that. And then just feeling that lazy 8, that infinity symbol shrinking, getting closer, smaller, closer together, shrinking, shrinking, more toward the center. And then there's a little bit left on either side, a tiny little figure 8. That's the subtle level of duality, which is the hardest part to get rid of, by the way. And then just see it pop. It just goes right into the center of the brain. The lazy 8 disappears into the center of the brain. Just be with that for a moment. If it feels like nothing, that's what it is. It's the void, it's the zero, it's nothing. And yet in that is everything. People who are addicted to their digital device and have to always have some kind of stimulation, they're just avoiding the 0 point. But my advice is don't avoid the void. If you ever feel your mind wandering, no problem, just come back to the 0 point. You can just do the figure 8 again, shrinking back to the center. Do it as many times as you want. There's no way to do this wrong. It's just a matter of practice. As physicists say, if we ever learn how to do interstellar travel, it'll be by tuning into this 0 point. That's how powerful it is. Anything that you want to manifest in your life, this is the point it'll come from. It won't come from the duality. If it does, it'll be, full of drama and ups and downs and, like typical, a lot of disappointments. When you learn to manifest from the 0 point, that's how God manifests. That's in the beginning, let there be light kind of level, kind of thing. A lot called an altered state. And I actually think that the more we go into what's called these kind of states, it's more of an unaltered state. The altered state is what's normal in this world. This dream of this fallen human race, that's the altered state. But when you're experiencing the 0 point and divine love, and actually I really love television. You television, I television, and we share it with each other. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think that this is, we're really going into an unaltered state by doing this ascension work. How would you refer to it, Vidya? Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're asking, but what I...
Well, in other words, as you go more in ascension consciousness, how would you compare that to what most of us spend time in? If that doesn't make sense to you, that's okay. That's okay. Okay.
I must be in the altered state.
Yeah, she's too unaltered to answer my altered question. Okay.